Keep your table sounding like this with Cheerios Oat Crunch. It's breakfast bliss that the whole family can enjoy, with energy from whole grains to help keep you going, along with 4 unique flavors: cinnamon, berry, almond, and oats and honey. So next breakfast, remember, a little crunch goes a long way. Learn more and shop for Cheerios Oat Crunch at Cheerios.com. 24 grams to 30 grams whole grain per serving, at least 48 grams recommended daily.
This episode is brought to you by AutoTrader. Credit scores, down payments, interest rates. Car buying can be a numbers game, but you don't have to be a math expert to get the keys to your dream car. Just use Kelley Blue Book My Wallet on AutoTrader. You can crunch the numbers so you know exactly how much you'll pay each month for your car. So leave the calculator at home. Visit autotrader.com to learn more.
Frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about
comic books, costumes, facts, boots, and other stuff.
In this week's issue, Ulysses Solomon Archer.
Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes. I'm your host, Zach, joined by and I was trying to figure out which one of the siblings I was going to give you, but I'll say joined by the Quicksilver to my Scarlet Witch, Mike.
Okay, which Quicksilver?
Well, I was just assuming the fact that they're brother and sister, so I mean, whichever Quicksilver
Okay,
you want to pick.
we're talking comic Quicksilver, though, not TV movie Quicksilver. Because there's 2 of those.
Well, they were, and I feel like both Quicksilvers were okay. Like, I don't think that one of the Quicksilvers was bad.
I think the Quicksilver that ended up in the Scarlet Witch thing, he's got a weird face.
He was kick-ass too.
Right. I can't ever think of him and not think of American Horror Story also.
Is he in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm not a big fan of. And
really?
So, yeah, I like the first one. That was about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know people who think otherwise, but I mean, that's fine. Everybody to each his own, obviously. I'm not, and I don't mean that like
usually say that.
Yeah. I'm not.
I know people who think otherwise.
I felt like that was some kind of passive aggressive way for me to it's like, snap back at you too. But no, I don't watch it. No,
it was fine. It was fine.
No.
That guy who makes it, Ryan Murphy.
Yeah.
Nip Tuck, Glee.
He has
American
like a
Horror Story,
and he has he does a lot of little like short things too, like short series or movies and stuff.
Well,
I think he did that Hollywood on Netflix.
Yeah, he did the one. I don't know. Anyway, my issue with him is he is a great writer. He's a good showrunner, all that kind of stuff. I think he's either self-conscious or something where like he never thinks he has enough characters. And so
there are
as
always
the seasons go on or as the stories get bigger, there's 1 million characters and there's 14 storylines.
Yeah.
For like a vampire story. I'm like, what? Why do we have so many?
Yeah. Okay.
But it's been the same in every show he does. It's exactly the same.
I can at least appreciate it just because there's not a lot of them around anymore.
Sure.
A good anthology series he's doing.
Absolutely.
With the American Horror Story franchise.
And I will say I've not watched this new one, where it's American Horror Stories.
Oh, yeah. I haven't either.
It's more episodic.
Again, I have a sister-in-law who loves the show, and she watches them all. Yeah. So she's enjoyed it so far. But hopefully if you are an American Horror Story fan, I guess you're enjoying the latest season. We don't watch it, so we can't tell you it's...
I don't know. I used to be a big fan of his stuff, but
and it's one of those things too where
Tuck goes to Florida. Oh, now there's a midget. Now there's an alligator eating somebody. I mean, it just boom, 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 boom. Too many things.
See, the one that got me again is because my wife watches them a lot too. Yeah. So that's the people there's people in my life that watch them a lot, so I hear about them.
Right.
But I remember her watching the Freak Show one, and I feel so bad because I can't remember his actual name right now. But the guy who played Drew Carey's brother, he's in Zodiac too, and he's really good in Zodiac. And
the bald guy.
Yeah, and he's the clown. And
he does a great job.
He does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
But it makes me just unsettled. There's 2 things that I have had a fear of, and it's not really a fear. It's not like if I see a clown in person, I'm going to freak out or anything like that.
Right.
But it's always just a little bit of unsettledness inside of me. And I think that comes from, Mike, you didn't know you were going to be my therapist today. I think that comes from when I was a child and I was traumatized by clowns then.
Sure,
Like I hated
sure.
going to the circus because
Really?
of it. Yeah.
Huh.
So I see that now.
I've just never had that. I don't know.
I can, and I appreciate and be like, man, he is very creepy and he's doing a good job. And then that feeling inside me is like, he's probably being too creepy. I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, sure.
So that
I think there is an issue somewhere if you want to put on all that makeup and dress up and act like that.
I say it as a joke because obviously I know that there are great people out there who dress up as clowns to, help with great things.
No,
Like
they're all terrible.
Well, okay. Well, my joke has just always been like I can't trust somebody who doesn't want to be themselves.
That's true.
So
I mean, Halloween is one thing, but to do it all the time that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, and it's not like like
I want to feel like I would feel the same way about a superhero, like if they were real.
Yeah.
Why you got the costume on, man? Just help me lift this car off my granny.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, why did we have to wait for you to go change out
Yeah.
of?
Yeah. Exactly. We don't have any phone booths. Sorry. What are we gonna do now?
What does he do?
Yeah.
Remember one of the first, or maybe it was for Deadpool 2. They had like that little 3-minute like kind of thing, and it was where he was trying to change in the phone booth, and then the time it took him to change, the guy he was trying to save and died.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh man,
No, that's
all
a
right.
good reference.
So let's get back into some more comics, and I promised last week, I believe I called it a double feature of dumbassery.
Sure.
And just because I guess it's kind of alliteration and it sounded like a cool name to
Sounds
go
good.
with.
Yeah, I like it.
What I have today, Mike, is 2 characters that I feel like we would get a blast out of talking about.
Okay.
But, people don't want to listen to just a 10-minute episode. We're going to knock out both of them in one episode
All right.
here.
Sounds good.
And to get things started off today, we are going to start with a man who is actually a pretty smart guy.
Yeah.
He's a professor. His name's Orson Kazlov, right? Dr. Orson Kazlov.
Okay.
Now, Professor Kazlov here, brilliant chemist, right?
Okay.
Just super smart guy, considered by some to be like the cream of the crop when it came to chemists in the world. He just didn't feel, though, that he was earning enough money working in science, like with his scientific work.
He wanted that tenure.
He wanted that tenure. He wanted that sweet science money that he wasn't getting.
There's so much that happens in the world of college and tenure.
You didn't realize that there's just so much, like so many villains are just bored from the fact they can't get tenure.
No idea.
So basically, since he can't make enough money, he has decided that I'm going to turn to a life of crime.
Sure. Do you think that all of this education-based crime, do you think it comes from like comic book writers that maybe tried to be professors or something like that in their past, or they just think they're smarter than everybody else and ought to be teaching? I mean, you think that's where it comes from?
I don't know if it comes from there as much as
I was always smarter than my professors.
I do feel like it's obviously like a trope in some way, because there are a lot of professors that are villains. Like, even if you think of like, Spider-Man, Dr. Connors is the Lizard.
Absolutely. That's the exact one I was going to bring up.
And you can go through, I can't remember his name right now, Kurt
Vonnegut?
No. We're not talking about, not Catch-22. What is he? All Quiet on the Western Front?
Yeah,
Isn't that a Kurt Vonnegut book?
Yes, I don't know.
Slaughterhouse 5.
I think that
one
names,
is actually.
I don't know.
It's not All Quiet on. I think it's Slaughterhouse 5. But
you caught me. I sounded smart for a
you
second.
sounded
And then,
super smart.
And then you were like, bam, bam.
Well,
I don't know.
but then I needed to prove that I was smart too. So that's why I'm throwing out.
That's right. That's it.
To figure out books. But Man-Bat is a scientist and Batman. So I think it's just a thing of like college professors. I think that all comic book writers are just like, teachers aren't paid well enough. So yeah, this could be something that why he does.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, trash guys aren't paid well either, right? I mean,
that's true, but they never become supervillains.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
well, then are they? And again,
maybe they're tied into
this
the mob.
isn't us saying that.
Yeah.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
Do you think Do you think that sanitation jobs are still obviously not here?
I don't think here in Central Texas that
I don't
we've
think
got
we
a
have
lot
to worry
of
about
mob
it.
guys tied into the.
Even
well,
though-
but who knows? I mean, maybe you do see that waste management thing everywhere.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Well, I thought that was the guy who owned Blockbuster at one point in time.
Oh, maybe.
Right?
Maybe it's Kurt Vonnegut. I don't know.
I don't think he's with us anymore.
Oh, damn it.
Slaughterhouse 5, right? No,
Yes, I think it is Slaughterhouse 5.
It's been forever. I was in high school when I read that. But so back to Orson Kozlov.
Fahrenheit 5.
451. That's Ray Bradbury. There you go. Do I sound smart enough yet?
You do, yeah. You
Sweet.
really dropped those names.
Welcome to Bros, Foes, and Heroes.
Oh, yeah.
A weekly discussion where we talk about books
That's right.
and how smart we are.
That's right.
So
I read a book.
that's it. Just one.
That's it.
I read a Hank the Cowdog at one point in time. So he first attempts to break in to a bank, and
Okay.
it's kind of failed just because he didn't consider the burglar alarms. He's not the smartest to be a professor.
Sure.
He then decided that the problem is that he would do better with like a partner.
Okay.
Like it's easier to have a partner in crime, hence
Sure.
the phrase.
Sure.
So he tries to figure out and make contact with like the seedy criminal underworld to try to find somebody to work with.
No.
He finds nothing. He can't figure it out at all. Doesn't know what to do. And then that's when
That's
he
one
sees
of those things where they probably think you're a narc when you come in looking for.
probably,
you know?
that's where he sees the Human Torch stopping some crime and has a thought to himself, well, if I defeat the Human Torch.
Fantastic Four Human Torch?
Yes.
Johnny Blaze?
Yes. If I defeat the Human Torch, then the rest of the criminal underworld will take notice.
That's true,
Like,
I
then
guess.
they
yeah.
can't, yeah. They
So he
can't
gets
say
a
no.
giant pail of water,
Yeah. So here's the thing, though.
those space blankets.
Since he's such a genius, Mike,
Uh-huh.
he decides to buy an old castle and he uses parts and pieces in there to build a suit.
Kind of like Iron Man in his cave.
Kind of. But what would you wear a suit out of
Out
if
of a
you were
castle?
fighting the Human Torch?
I'd wrap myself in paper.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. What did he do?
I'll give you a clue. This came out in August 1963.
Okay. He wrapped himself in the Vietnam War. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor turns him to Asbestos Man.
Oh, I like that.
So
That's fantastic.
So yeah, he makes the suit out of asbestos because obviously
Asbestos Man.
it's flame retardant.
Yeah, sure. Something's
So,
retardant in there.
Yeah. So, long story short, he's only around for this
Asbestos Man.
Asbestos
Yeah,
Man.
he got real sick
For-
after
well,
that.
that's the thing. So, for he is not able to defeat the Human Torch.
Yeah.
It does cause, like, obviously it's one of those in any comic book where you have that part of the arc where it's like, oh, the Human Torch is like, I don't know how to defeat him, and then
Sure.
give it a bit and he'll come back and find a way to defeat him. It's a typical trope in a lot of stuff, and that's what happens here too. Like, yeah, he bests him the first time, but
And then he got
does,
so weak.
so he does turn him in. Well, the thing that I loved about this, and I guess I should say that he is created by Stan Lee and Dick Ayers.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. What do you think it was that like it seems to be in the 60s, late 50s, early 60s, I guess, where anytime they invented something, it was the best thing that's ever been invented.
Yes.
Asbestos.
And it's so funny because obviously looking at it now,
yeah.
well, this isn't the last we hear of Asbestos Man.
I guess we're still like that though.
Oh yeah, no,
To a
there's
certain
going to be
extent.
something that we use right now.
Well, the apps and stuff is what I'm thinking of. Anytime a big app comes out, everybody's like freaks out. And then we find out, oh, it's been given the locations of all the children in the world to one guy or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. No, everything, like there is going to be some like things that we do now that obviously give it
Sure.
40 years, and
Sure.
we'll all. That's how it is. Like we can,
Meta.
we don't even have to go that far back. Yeah,
I want to say meta.
I don't. I was done using the platform in general, and then the name change happened, and I
Yeah.
was just like,
Did you see the fact that in I believe it's Hebrew, it means dead?
really?
So they were all giving him crap about the fact that he renamed it Meta and it means dead.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So obviously asbestos is one of those things.
Zuckerberg strikes me as a comic book villain, though.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, between him, Musk, and Baldy, they
all are.
Yeah. Oh, very much
Dude,
so.
Bezos
They
already
even have the look.
That's what I'm saying. Bezos already looks like Lex Luthor.
Yeah. It's rough. We need those superheroes real quick.
It's funny, and then Zuckerberg looks like Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
But that's probably just because Jesse Eisenberg played him in.
Well, I mean, he
Network.
started his career by stealing something from somebody.
Yeah.
At a university.
Yeah.
Where all villains are born.
Well, you know what happened is that he was just trying to get tenure. The guy. No, I'm kidding. So
I don't teach here, but I need tenure.
But the beauty is we're not done with Asbestos Man.
Okay, sorry.
He makes an appearance. I'm trying to do the math here. Nearly 50 years later, I guess, from 63 to 2014.
Really?
He comes back in a Fantastic Four issue.
Oh my goodness!
But this is after Johnny Storm has died.
All his skin is sloughed off.
Well, no, he's in the suit, but Johnny Storm has died, and he's afraid that people are going to forget him since they're going to forget about the Human Torch.
Wait, Johnny Storm?
Not Johnny Storm.
Blaze.
Sorry, thank you.
Okay. I was like, wait, did I miss?
No.
There was a storm
yeah.
and a blaze.
Yeah.
Sounds like a weatherman.
So he
Johnny
decides to go out and commit another crime, so people will remember Asbestos Man.
Sure.
But he decides to rob a convenience store.
Oh.
And
Amen.
yeah, it leads to. Here, I'll give you this because it's written up like that's the latest, the 2014. But
he's just
clerk,
like in a welding suit with a
he
shield and a polo mallet.
He has an oxygen tank now, Mike, because he is a cancer survivor.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so they have it where Asbestos Man does catch cancer from his asbestos suit.
Please ignore my oxygen tank. I am a cancer survivor. That's what every villain says.
So that's what he says when he tries to rob the store. It's kind of like a cheese shop thing. It's weird.
A cheese shop?
Well, as you can see, like there's a cheese on the back of the dude, and then over here in the corner, like there's
wheels of cheese.
But there's slices missing from the wheels of cheese.
Yeah, and then they just put them right back on the shelf.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You'd think they would cover it up somehow. But
open cheese.
I think it's also that the clerk is more scared of the fact that he's wearing asbestos than actually of him himself.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, so Asbestos Man
crazy.
still trying to, I guess, secure his place in history.
Yeah.
Even after losing to the Human Torch. So I just thought.
And to cancer.
Yeah, no, he beat cancer.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Cancer is the only thing that Asbestos Man has bested.
Wow.
So that was the first
one. So he used
one.
to carry a big net, it looks like.
Yes, in the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a net, and it was more of a like pinkish suit. Obviously, though, still
he was creepy looking. I know that.
Yeah,
that's great. Good for him.
That he's creepy looking.
Yeah.
Okay, then
I mean, because if you're gonna be a bad guy, I mean, you need to be creepy looking.
Well,
right?
that is true. Like you want to strike.
You did a good job.
Fear into the heart of people.
Yeah.
So, Mike, that was
Asbestos Man. That's fantastic. Wait a minute. What have I stumbled across here? What is that?
Oh, I don't know.
Asbestos Lady.
Oh, I have read about her, but I mean, I haven't. We're not done with asbestos.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't just give you all the asbestos characters at once, Mike.
Okay.
No, I don't really know. Like I read, like I would come across stuff of hers when I was looking up him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't dove into
Asbestos.
So,
Lady.
Asbestos Man, and we're teasing Asbestos Lady.
Yeah.
Eventually. So now, Mike,
No.
We're going to travel to the 80s.
Okay.
For our next one.
All right. Sweet spot.
A little book that we've talked about before, just the situation in general, of Doom Patrol.
Okay. Doom Patrol.
Now, this is the 1987 issue number 70 of Doom Patrol. I don't know why I said it like that. Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol.
Everybody watch your Doom Patrol. So, this, I'll just, for the whole issue, it's Rachel Pollack, Scott Eaton, and Tom Sutton.
Okay.
So this is written by a woman, which makes sense. Mm-hmm. And you'll see why, because...
I suppose so, sure.
Well, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I just don't know yet.
It makes sense to me that it would take a woman to kind of create a character like this, because I don't think a man would.
Okay.
And I think obviously it's made to be ridiculous.
Estrogen gal.
No, Mike. Well, first of all, the cover looks like the Peter Gabriel music video for Sledgehammer in a way.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it kind of does. Oh, my Lord. What are we looking at there?
Right. So doesn't it?
This guy has, wow.
He's like covered in metal. He's like kind of like a robot suit in a way.
Wow.
And all the girls, will you notice, Mike? Where are all the girls looking at, though?
Oh, they're looking right down at his whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, like
at his
what's
back. Really?
Well, they're kind of. Yeah, they're kind of behind him, but it's made to be like he's cut off at the waist.
You know what it looks like? It looks like Weird Science almost. It gives a weird
Weird
sciencey
Science,
vibe, but with girls.
The TV show or the movie?
Oh God, don't mention the TV show.
I watched the TV show.
What
for
was
a
the
little
TV
bit.
show? Was it based on?
It was
a
on
movie?
USA. Yeah.
Oh no, that couldn't have been good.
Isn't Robert Downey Jr. in the original Weird Science?
Yeah,
Or is it Can't Buy Me Love? He's in one of those two.
Yes, maybe.
That'll work.
I don't know.
This episode is brought to you by Tic Tac. Minty, refreshing, classic. And it's not just the Tic Tac mints. It's the new track by Kenise with beats that'll leave you feeling as refreshed as a Tic Tac and a vibe that'll take you on a ride through 100 layers of flavor. Does it get any fresher than this?
Tic Tac, enjoy the bright side. That 100-layer joyride. Pop one, let's paint the town. Freshman flavors all around. Take a ride on a Tic Tac.
Pick up a pack of Tic Tac mints today.
I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Printing, scanning, shredding. That's what productivity sounds like. Thanks to my Amex Business Platinum card, I couldn't be happier about upgrading my business tools. These are exciting times in paperwork.
Unlock over $1,000 per year in statement credits on select purchases in categories including tech, recruiting, and wireless with an Amex Business Platinum card. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum. Built for business by American Express.
Here's a cool fact. A crocodile can't stick out its tongue. Another cool fact, you can get short-term health insurance for a month or just under a year in some states. United Healthcare short-term insurance plans are designed for people who are between jobs, coming off their parents' plan, or turning a side hustle into a full-time gig. Underwritten by Golden Rule Insurance Company, they offer flexible, budget-friendly coverage with access to a nationwide network of doctors and hospitals. Get more cool facts about United Healthcare short-term plans at uh1.com.
So,
I don't remember.
We're going to talk about a man, Mike, who is on the cover that we don't know his real name.
Okay.
He's not given a real name. We know him by his supervillain alter ego.
Okay.
But we have to set up the supervillain alter ego.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just a great one.
Yeah.
So it all starts with this guy in high school.
Okay.
And I'm not going to read all of this verbatim, but it just at least the very first conversation, so you see where this starts from.
All right.
So this guy, it just says high school, walks up to this girl and says, "Why won't you go out with me? What's wrong with me?"
Mm-hmm.
And the girl replies, you're not big enough." And he says,
Okay.
"How could she," like they walk away, her and her friend walk away, and it's a thought bubble. And he goes, "How could she know that? It's not my fault. I was just born that way."
Oh my God.
And the girls say, her friend goes, "Oh my goodness, Kathy, what did you say to him?" And she goes, "Oh, I don't know, that he was too short or something, or that she was too short or something like that, anything to get away."
So she was talking about him being too short. His mind immediately
went to his Johnson.
His Johnson. Yeah. He was like, that's too short.
Then we go to college.
Is that how you say it? Do you say it's too short?
Too
she
short's
said
a
small,
rapper.
didn't she?
She said too small.
Oh, okay.
Or no.
All
She
right.
said you're not big enough.
Ah, okay.
But then we go to college,
Mm-hmm.
and you see another girl that he's talking to, and it's like, "I told you, we're breaking up. We're not a couple. We've only gone out 3 times, and that's enough." And he says, "Is it because I'm too small? That's it, isn't it?" And she goes, because you're what? And he goes, again, I'm going to read these verbatim. If some of the language in here is
this just like small wiener man? Is that what we're talking about?
We're getting to this, Mike. But I have to set up the backstory to show you what leads him to his life of crime.
All right.
He's just like, you do this all the time, don't you? Just drop someone because of the way he's made. Like, he's so hard up.
You do this all the time.
And she's leaving just exasperated, just like, oh my goodness, as she's leaving. Yeah. And he goes, why don't you look at the real person for once? That's what he's telling her as she's leaving. Then we jump to adult life. And he has another run-in with another lady.
Yeah, he's got some real issues.
Now but we've escalated to the point, and he goes, she goes, I told you, I just don't want to see you, okay? Will you just leave me alone? So he's a creepy guy who keeps, trying to hit on these ladies, and they want nothing to do with him.
I'm average size.
And he grabs her and goes, I know your type. I've known, again, I'm just reading verbatim.
Sure.
I've known bitches like you all my life.
Wow.
So he's already, great guy. You play with someone and you just drop them when you find out he's not built the way you want.
Oh, no.
And she's just like, hey, let go of me, to where a bouncer removes him.
Micro penis man?
Then we see him meeting with the doctor. This is also the first page of the comic. He's meeting with a doctor, and the doctor's like, just to quote, he's like, yeah, there's some options that you have.
Sure.
But I think what you need to focus on more is... like, I think you need to see a therapist.
Yeah, your brain.
Yeah.
Your brain is bad.
Yeah, he's
son.
like, maybe you need to go for counseling instead, that would help more instead of fixing the physical problem.
Sure.
And he goes, counseling? I've come to you for help, and you tell me to get my head shrunk?
It'll match your...
Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, what are you saying? I should get my head made small enough to fit the rest of me? Is that your idea?
Oh, my goodness.
So it's like, he's just over... Then it's like him paying. Then we jump to just 3 months ago.
Go to his house.
And what is it, a house?
The John Holmes collection on VHS.
And there's a sex worker who's like, hey, it's okay if you're like this. It doesn't matter.
Sex worker.
Well, I was just trying to, I don't want to.
Yeah. Sure.
And she goes, but she's super sweet. She's like, it takes all kind.
Sex worker with a heart of gold.
Exactly. She's like, hey, so what if you're like that? It takes all kinds. Don't worry.
Right.
She's even just like being a therapist for him. Like, it's just you being in your head. Like, it's all good. And he's like, oh, yeah, sure. That'd really give you a good laugh, yada, yada, yada. And she's like, whatever, man. Your money's good. So what does he decide to do, Mike? He comes up with an idea. And I would like to introduce to you now, all right, as his quote says, all right, you bastards, get ready for hell. Codpiece is here.
Oh, my God.
Codpiece.
Look at this.
Is a Doom Patrol villain.
This dude has a giant gun on his wiener.
Who has made a penis gun.
Wow.
It is like a cannon that fits like a codpiece does.
My God.
Right at his waist.
And then he's got an old transistor radio strapped to his chest.
Yeah, he's got like, I don't know.
Holy crap. If you are listening to this, please look this guy up. So that you know what
after
we're
I read it,
about.
It was too funny not to.
That is crazy.
He has, I would call it a penis gun, but that makes it sound like it shoots penises or something.
It's like a cannon coming out of his wiener.
Yeah, it's where's the cod pieces? There's a gun there. Now, it doesn't just shoot rockets, Mike.
No,
it doesn't. There's a scene where in the process of him, because he's deciding he's gonna go rob a bank with his junk gun. I'm gonna see how many euphemisms I can get. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn that off. How many weird puns I can get in there. But
it makes total
he decides
sense that this is a DC guy.
Yeah, no, and you get what I'm saying now when I say that it makes sense that a woman wrote it, because a man would never write this character, because some of them are just like, I can't do that.
And the laser coming out of his crotch gun is yellow.
He has a laser.
Too.
Here's the thing. It just doesn't shoot guns. Lord. It's like a Swiss Army knife for a cod piece.
Sure it is.
Because at one point he has like a drill that comes out of it to drill into a bank vault.
No.
A security guard comes up to stop him, Mike.
Oh my God.
An older security guard.
Somebody made a custom action figure.
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
An older security guard comes up to stop him, and he uses a boxing mitt out of it.
No, he punches him right in the face with his wiener gun.
With his wiener mitt.
That is crazy.
It just looks like nobody can stop Codpiece. I mean, he's just running wild. Lasers and like drills and boxing gloves. Well, it is Doom Patrol. There is a girl on the team at the time of this name. Coagula is her name. Now, basically, when she touches something and then says Coagula, everything like melts and dissolves, right? That's her power.
Sure.
So she catches him off guard through the crowd of people. She's wearing a frog mask because she doesn't have her costume with her. And she like sneaks up to him and she's like, oh, hey, it's a pretty impressive gun you got there kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And she basically touches the codpiece. Yeah, touches the codpiece and says Coagula, and it dissolves away.
Oh, no.
So Codpiece, who's like, finally I've overcome everything.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they can't say that to me now. Well, that's her and her frog mask.
She has a frog mask on. You're just the most amazing man I've ever met. You're so big and so powerful. I've never seen anyone like you.
So he's like taken back by this because he's never got that before. But yeah, she just touches it, says it, it swells up and explodes. So
this is so stupid.
It is. So Codpiece is gone.
Yikes.
But not forgotten, Mike, because I read this week. I think it's the new Catwoman series.
Yeah. They're going to have Codpiece in it?
No. But here's the thing, too. I didn't realize this. I think it's the new Catwoman series.
Yeah.
Snowflame has made an appearance in it.
Oh, my goodness.
And they found Codpiece's gun.
Oh,
they're listening to our show, Mike, and they're actually putting it all in Catwoman. But not him himself, but the Codpiece weapon. Has made an appearance this year.
I just love this one cover that you started
I do too.
with.
Well, because it reminds me of the Peter Gabriel Sledgehammer music video.
It's just very much.
80s?
I mean, yes, it is 1,000% 80s cover. This is from 1987, and the dude just has so much electronics or. It's like these are what, fuses?
Yeah, I guess.
And a big dial and oh my God.
Yeah, and they're all supposed to be staring.
This is crazy.
That is junk.
How does a national publication put this out? That's nuts.
Well,
wow, look at that. Here's the inside of the codpiece.
Yeah. So there you go. That was the two.
Marvel.
You see why I called it the double feature of dumbassery now?
Yeah.
So that was our two with Asbestos Man and Codpiece.
I love Codpiece.
Yeah.
That is my favorite.
So I think I'm going to find you. I want to get you a poster of just that. It's also called The Laughing Game for some reason.
The Laughing Game.
The main one that you find, like
really?
the inside cover, like when he finally shows himself to everybody. Like after he's finished the canon kind of thing. See here, if you zoom in, they call it The Laughing Game for some reason, like the story title itself.
Oh, wow. Huh.
So I'm just going to get you that poster there, Mike, of that page.
I'd love to have that. That would be posted everywhere around here. I would just carry it around with me.
Yeah, right. So it just says today.
Tell the story of Codpiece.
All right, you bastards, get ready for hell. Codpiece is coming, and we can just hang it up here in the
that'd be great
studio. So that's what I had today.
Good God.
Is those two. So Codpiece and Asbestos Man.
That is the most over the top person you've ever talked about. Like, I mean, we've talked about these guys that all of a sudden can just fly and, guys that just learned a language or whatever. I mean, but this guy with a gun shooting out of his junk, that's the one to way me, again, over the top.
I feel sorriest for out of everybody in that issue, the one issue he's in, for the old security guard that gets punched with the boxing glove.
Yeah.
Because it just looks embarrassing in general.
Yeah. He's like, hey, you can't go.
Oh, what happened? I got punched with this thing.
Punched with his junk.
Junk punch.
Junk punch.
Junk punch to the face.
Junk punch.
So there you go. That's this week's episode.
That was great, though. I really enjoyed both of them. You started with the other one, but I mean, this is a codpiece show.
Oh, it is.
This is all about
This
codpiece.
is all codpiece. The only thing is I would have loved to have like a more full, like a longer story, but we don't have any like background on him. We just have the one issue.
Well, we know his background. I mean,
yeah, we do.
Yeah. Not that I'm speaking for myself. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Also take this time out to remember that maybe don't always take things how people say them the way that you. I don't know. I tried to make that sound like there was a life lesson in there.
Sure, I think there is a life lesson in there
of just maybe don't get hung up.
Don't focus on
little
your junk.
things.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a bad one.
Don't get hung up on the little things.
And you know what? If you don't like your junk, that's fun.
He was, I mean,
just don't become a supervillain.
He's definitely a shower.
Oh man! All right, that has been this episode.
That was really good, though, man. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, that was cool.
Well, then you enjoyed it so much. If you don't mind, I have another two. I feel like I could squeeze off. That was weird terminology.
That was weird. Yeah.
I feel like next week I can do the same thing. I have these characters that I come across that, again, I think are hilarious.
No, I love it.
But they're small. So we'll do another double feature on next week's episode too. But there you go. This week it was Codpiece and Asbestos Man.
Yeah.
So I'll have two more for you to look at next week. If you
they
want
need
to
team up together and both of their junk just falls off.
Why would asbestos? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because of the
yeah.
That makes sense now. You can find us on Instagram, Bros Foes Heroes. Email us at brosfoesandheroes@gmail.com.
He said, why would they? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He had, asbestos.
Sure.
I had to think about it for a second.
Yep.
I don't know if it causes things to fall off, but there you go. So
man-made leprosy.
That is what we had. We appreciate you always tuning in.
Sure.
Giving us a listen. If so, hopefully it's entertaining enough. We have fun doing this. So
give us a big electronical thumbs up if you would, with a like or a subscribe or whatever.
Yeah, even if you just want to, leave a comment with your 5-star review and be like,
that would be nice.
Codpiece is the best. I don't even care if you want to do that. That's fine.
Codpiece is what I based my life on. Yeah. Please get that mental help if you need it.
Yeah.
Let me just say that.
Yeah. That part aside, like obviously we're not making fun of the problems that the way he went about it.
I'm making fun of all of it.
Well, no, we are too, because this character is written in a way where it's not, he's not a guy that doesn't want to try to help himself as much as. He's not
like, you don't see a lot of scenes of him fighting demons or anything in his head.
No, he's just already accepted that everybody's kind of
exactly
against him.
Tony Stark here.
Yeah. I don't know if Tony Stark had to wrestle with those same demons. It wasn't brought up in any of the movies. So maybe it was a deleted scene.
And when I think about the Iron Man suit, it's not, like bigger in areas.
Yeah, that's true. What if he did? Like, what if it was a regular size suit and then it was just like a little
a giant podcast? Either one, very small or very big.
It's kind of like he's just like creating a bulge, kind of just to stand, like and he's just like, hey, Black Widow,
hot dog in a hallway comes to mind.
Oh man, all
sorry
right.
guys.
Well. That's it. That was Codpiece and Asbestos Man.
That was great.
So, again, as always, we appreciate you listening.
Yep.
And make sure to tune in next week. We got some more fun coming your way.
Do it.
Galicon!
Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.